Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, this is just a spur of the moment What If that I was just after watching a documentary. I was like, I got really hyped with this idea. It was just popped in my head while I was watching a Great White do what a Great White does. So I'm explain how this is going to work. Izuku's going to have a shark transformation quirk. He's able to use his bioelectricity in both forms to produce electricity. And how this works is each time he makes physical contact, he'd be able to shock people through his fighting technique. And when it comes to his water ability, he's only able to use water bullet, but he's also can infuse it with his electricity and make it an electricity water bullet. Deadly combination. Inko's going to be she's going to be ex villain, but I'll explain why when she becomes ex villain. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be my first villain rehab series. I've been meaning to do a villain rehab for a little bit. I just didn't know what type of story I would want to do it. Now, for the ones who haven't checked my community tab, this is going to be a Deku X Suyu ship. I wanted to wait for a certain what if to do that ship. Do that ship because I wanted to wait off. So this is going to be the one ship I really don't do outside of a visible girl because there's she's invisible. There's no actual artwork. So, person wearing clothes that you can't see. So, yeah. Let's start this what if. Now, Inko. Inko pretty much been doing her villain work all through Japan. But after her last encounter with All Might, she had to escape, lay low for a while. So she left the country. So she traveled to America. That's where she met her Izuku father, Hasashi Midoriya. Another villain. As Inko and Hasashi, after meeting for the first time, they decided to team up and cause as much mayhem as possible in America, becoming the most deadly duos of villains in America. It's people even discuss if it's even they might be the dangerous the two dangerous villains together team up in the whole world. That's still being discussed and debated as they do their villain work until the day that Inka was pregnant with Izuku. As she had to cool off on villainy, so did Asashi to take care of Inko as Izuku was born. As Izuku grows up, as his crime rap skyrockets, muggings, devouring people, murder, grand theft auto, arson, blackmail. Yeah, he's done quite a bit. Jaywalking, littering. Yeah, he's pretty much a bad boy. And of course, many overdue books because Izuku doesn't give a shit. As we cut about, yeah, 17 years. As you have Izuku pounding a thug in the face, as each time he strikes as the man gets electrocuted. I had a lot of nerve coming to my mother's territory and trying to sell shit. This is a non-drug zone, loser. But don't mind. But I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Gives me a reason just to beat your face in. As as he punches him repeatedly in the face. Or maybe I'll eat you. You do look quite tasty. And I haven't had my lunch yet. As Izuku threatening the man, After all, I don't think anyone will mind if I just take a little bite. As immediately Izuku hears a phrase that he wasn't expecting, as All Might announced himself as. He tells the young man to stop right there, villain. I'm gonna have to take you in. As Izuku smiles, about fucking time you got here, All Might. As much as terrorizing this man, it's been fun, really fun. But after all, I'm after the big fish. As he throws the mat against the wall, as he gets imprinted into the wall. As immediately, water bullets start shooting at All Might as he dodges away as he sees Inko Midoriya. As immediately, someone socks All Might across the face as he gets electrocuted through the fist contact as you have a Sashi Midoriya. All three of them surround All Might. As immediately Izuku starts shooting off water bullets infused with a good amount of electricity. As All Might jumps off, as he slams down on the ground as a wind shockwave hits, as everyone gets getting flown backwards, as Izuku slams his hand into the ground, stopping his momentum. As Asashi grabs Inko, as he stops the momentum. Three of you villains? Of course, All Might. After all, we're a family. I'm gonna bring you down for good, villain. You won't escape this time. Let's see you try, All Might. Dear, son, let's have let's destroy this hero as a family. You can stop holding back, dear. As Izuku has a twisted grin. With pleasure, mother. Allow me to introduce myself, All Might. I'm Izuku Midoriya, and you know what my quirk is? Let's just say it's a bit of a transformation. I wonder what the number one hero tastes like. I've always wondered that. As Izuku immediately to shift into his shark form, as All Might sees this humongous half shark man that's pretty big. As All Might goes in for a rush, as they make contact, as there's miniature wind shock waves from each time their fists collide. Izuku whaps All Might with his tail as he goes flying into a couple buildings. He pulls a guy out of a car, throws him in the street. As he grabs the vehicle, as he throws it at All Might, as All Might has to pretty much get out of the way. Izuku's a villain, but he's not going to hurt, and he's not going to hurt civilians. That's not how he rolls. Now, the Midoriyas are villains, but they don't like to have civilians get caught into the battle. They just don't like heroes. They don't like them, but they don't hate them. This is more of a kind of a what's it called props to see if they could defeat the number one hero of Japan. If they're able to defeat All Might, that will give them a lot of credit into the in the underworld. All Might gets up, rush Izuku as they get in a hand-to-hand lock to see who's more powerful. As All Might, Izuku's being not dragged, but pushed back a little bit. As Izuku chomps down on All Might's shoulder, as he punches Izuku as he goes flying into a car as it blows up. As Izuku jumps up and he does a front flip, lands onto his feet. As his hands are on the ground, as he immediately opens his jaw, as immediately water bullets start shooting out of his mouth. hitting All Might, electrocuting him as Izuku goes on and punches All Might. As when he tries to strike All Might was fast enough to strike back as a humongous shockwave. He was producing a lot more power than he should have. As the shockwave, yeah, it's destroying the buildings around them. As a rubble was about to fall on a little girl, as Izuku saw that, as he rushes over there, catches the rubble as he throws it on the ground. All Might sees this. Get out of here, kid. As the girl runs off, as her mother, picks her up and she runs the opposite way. As Mirako and Ryuku, yeah, Ryuku, yeah, I got her. I think I got that name right. As they battle, Inko and Asashi, as they're busy, with them, as Mirako and Ryuku are giving Inko and Asashi a hard time. Ultimately, they were defeated, put into custody, as All Might is fighting Izuku, blow after blow after blow, as he's wondering, why did the villain save the girl? Villains don't save people. As he's a bit interested in Izuku. Why would a villain protect anyone? Immediately, he locks eyes with Azawa as he shifts back. What the hell? As All Might punches him in the face. As he goes through the building, getting knocked out. We time skip several hours. As you have Inko and Asashi, they've already gained consciousness as they're in a interrogation room. As Izuku's in a other interrogation room. As All Might walks into the interrogation room where Inko and Asashi is in. As Nezu is right behind him. With a razor head. As Mirako and Ryuko are keeping an eye on Izuku. As Nezu walks in. Hello, Inko Midoriya. Asashi Midoriya. What What do you want? You're just going to send us to prison. That originally was going to happen, but I've done some background check on you too. Yes, you are villains, but you never endangered civilians. You've actually saved quite a bit. I'm curious, why? Why would we tell you? If you tell us, if you work with us, we could come up with a arrangement. After all, you have a son, don't you? Leave our son out of this. Well, unfortunately, we can't do that. What happens to him is all dependent on you two. Fine. Yes, we are villains, but we never wanted to endanger the civilians. We only wanted to test ourselves against heroes. That's all we ever wanted to do. I might not like you heroes, but it is what it is. After all, we're villains. Now, thank you for your honesty. Now, I'm going to give you a choice. Your family joined the villain rehab program, and you won't have to spend the rest of your lives in jail. After all, you do want the best for your son. Isn't that right? As Inko grumbles. Of course. If we agree to this, what happens to my son? And what happens to me and my husband? Simple. You be placed with collars, and your son will be enrolled in UA college. And I want you two to pretty much be a teacher assistant in Class 1A and Class 1B. Asashi Midoriya, if you agree, you be the teacher assistant of Class 1B. And Inko, if you agree, you be a teacher assistant for Class 1A. You be working strictly under Eraserhead over here. For how long? Let's say about a year. If you If you're on your best behavior, don't try anything for a year, then I'll consider your time served. I pulled a lot of strings to get you to get you three out of custody out of the United States government. And considering all three of you are Japanese, I've worked my magic. So what do you say? Do you agree or disagree? As Nezu puts out his hand, as Inko shakes it, you got yourself a deal. Good. As we cut to Izuku, as Izuku has his feet on the table, nonchalantly, as his arms are crossed, as he's whistling, as Mirako is getting upset, as she slams her hand onto the table. What were you planning? Oh, get the attention of All Might and take him down. Unfortunately, I didn't realize he brought backup. No matter, White Rabbit. I was defeated, hands down. Don't know how, but I'll deal with that another time. Consider yourself lucky I don't like a rabbit. What do you mean by that? Simple. I don't like rabbit meat. It's disgusting. Threatening me, kid? What if I am, Bunny? What you gonna do about it? You gonna rough me up? Don't tempt me, boy. Ooh. Why are you so angry? Aren't rabbits supposed to be, level-headed? I'm not angry. And she slams the table again as Izuku, starts laughing. As Ryoko, telling Miracle to calm down. He's just riling you up on purpose. As Ryoko sits down, what's your name, kid? Ah, fine. Name's Izuku. Dragon Lady. Oh yeah, I know of what ranking you are. Mother's always told me to keep track of the heroes in Japan, in case we come in contact with one of you. Listen, kid, I know you're a villain, but there's some good in you. You wouldn't have saved that little girl otherwise. I don't know what you're talking about. The others might I've noticed. I don't think I didn't notice that. The fact that each time you tried to fight All Might, you never endangered the population, not even once. I'm a villain, not a douche. As you can see his mother and father come in the interrogation room with Nezu, with All Might, and Eraserhead. What's going on, Mom? I'll explain. We're gonna be, I made a deal with Nezu over here to cut herself a deal. We're going to be entering a program called Villain Rehab Program. And you're going to be attending, well, UA. Are you shitting me? The number one school in Japan of those goody goody two shoes. This is hilarious. To see the heroes sink so low. This is absolutely hilarious. That's quite enough, son. Okay, Mom. So, what's the deal? We'll be all three will be placed into this UA. What you mean, all three? I'll be a teacher assistant to this here over here, a Razor that I believe is called. And if you get any ideas of misbehaving, kid, as a Razor gets in Izuku's face, with my quirk, I can nullify your quirk instantly. You'll be placed with a collar to monitor your location at all times. Don't worry, the collar will morph with your quirk. Get it, I get it. You're the boss man. I'll follow suit. You sure about this, Mom? I'm sure. Very well. I will play ball. As they transport the Midoriyas to Japan. Well, UA has already started. So he's entering right before the the quirk impertension test. Well, right before the hero versus villains. They already done the quirk test, but they'll be doing it again for Izuku. But anyways, as everyone's in class, as everyone's wondering what's going on, as Azawa walks in, listen, class, we're having a new student come in. Isn't that a little late? I understand that, but UA is doing a new program. What sort of program, sir? As Momo asked. Villain rehab program. What, a villain's coming here? Yes, from America. Two villains, actually. I'd like to introduce you to Inka Midoriya. She'll be helping helping me in the class. Who better yet to teach you how to fight villains is a ex-villain herself. You can allow him in now. As everyone sees Izuku, as is all, I told you to wear the uniform, Mom. Yeah, I'm not wearing that shit. Where does, where do I see, boss man? By sue you. Goddamn problem child. Yeah, I hear you. Goggles. Everyone stares at Izuku as they try to keep their distance, for I know they're ignoring him. They're not happy that a villain is attending Class 1A. Alright, class. Considering Izuku here missed sorry, Quirk exemption test, we're going to be doing it again. As Ozawa tells Izuku to get into the locker room, as all the class wait in the battle testing area where they do the quirk test. As Ozawa throws, Izuku the ball, use your quirk at full power. As he cocks his hand back as he throws the ball, as there's a mini shockwave as whatever windows nearby shatters. As everyone sees how far it went pretty damn far. Not a infinite like a Raka. Yeah, infinite I think it's called. Whatever. Why didn't you transform, Izuku? Oh, don't scare everyone. After all, my transformation is quite intimidating. I believe my strength currently would be for size. After all, my strength and my transformation state are pretty much the same. Go through each test as Izuku dominates it. He's a villain, but they're surprised by his performance. Raised her head, wants a student to show him around. As he picks, as Azawa asks for a volunteer, no one answered or raised their hand except for Suyu, as she agreed to do it. As Suyu hops over to Izuku, as he stares, curious at the girl. As she, I'm Suyu. As she gestures, shake her hand. As everyone's scared, as Izuku shakes her hand. Well, nice to meet you, Suyu. Name's Izuku. So you're gonna show me around this little prison? It's not a prison. As one of the students yell, as Izuku looks at him as he shuts up. It might be not prison for you lot, but for me it is. See this fancy little collar? To keep me tracked. Don't worry, I don't plan to hurt any of you as long as you don't piss me off. Well, so you? Show me around this place. Please. As they go off, Azawa looks at Inko. Don't worry, my son will behave. I told him to do so. As everyone looks at what's your connection towards the boy? As Ida pretty much asked. Simple. 4 eyes. He's my son. There's some advice. Don't piss him off. Unless you want to get eaten. As she, walks off, as all the students like, what did she mean by that? As Azawa's, he's already going, Azawa tells him to go back in class. Izuku and Suyu are walking around campus as she's telling them certain areas. Interesting. Until they pass to a couple students, as one of them straight up, being racist as hell, as, well, look, it's the rabbit freak. As Sue sighs, as she continues walking, as Izuku stops, as he taps the guy on the shoulder. You might want to say that again. What? She's a freak. As Izuku grabs him by the neck, slams him against the wall. As he starts putting pressure onto his neck. Apologize. Never. Then I'll break your fucking neck, kid. Stop, Izuku. Apologize. Fine, I'm sorry. As he drops him. That's good. Now, move along. Move along, little puppy. Don't give me that look. I wasn't going to kill him, even though I wanted to. Are all the people that tend to score like this? No, not all of them, but thank you anyways. No problem, Suyu. I just don't like people like that. Eventually, Suyu, showed Izuku the rest of the way as, they started talking. As everyone's at the dorms, as they're all staring at him as they're all in the living room, as Izuku walks past everyone, goes into his designated room as he slams the door. As he just flops on the bed with his hands behind his head, staring at the wall or the ceiling. As Momo, Jiro, and Mina ask if she's alright, as, oh, I'm fine, guys. He was actually quite nice. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a villain to be so thoughtful. What do you mean? One of the guy that keeps bullying me? I don't know why you let him do that. I don't want to resort to violence. I'm trying to be here. No reason for me to start attacking other UA students, but he didn't take that too kindly. He made him apologize. What? Seriously? He's not all bad. Yeah, he is a, villain or ex-villain. But he's not a bad guy. Can't believe we're having this conversation. As Bakugo, he's a villain. He should be put in jail or dead. That's, Kirishima, man, calm down. I don't trust him. Never will. You can't trust a villain. Once a villain, always a villain. And that's where we're going to probably cut it off. I'll go through the next time I visit this What If again. We'll go through the hero versus villains. Yeah, I don't know how long this series is going to be, but, well, I'll figure it out later on. Hope you guys have a good night and day judging by time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.